I am so excited about today's episode. I love the kitchen. I love to cook, so I'm really excited about showing you all what I have in here, what I keep, and how I have it all organized. If you haven't seen the first 2 episodes in this series, I will link them in the cards above, along with the entire playlist, and I will also link that down in the description. So we're starting off here in the hallway where I hang my broom and my mop and my duster. And I just got these little command broom holders. I think I just picked them up at Walmart. They do have some at Dollar Tree, but I don't know, I've never used them, but people say that the quality is pretty good. Those I love, they never fall off. Then I have the command center here with just some calendars and bills, mail, just to help me keep track of everything that we're doing and school and all that kind of stuff. All right, and then we have the dining area. We did have 4 chairs like this, but we needed to put this freezer in. We're hunters and we needed extra freezer space because that little guy just is not going to hold enough meat for 6 months. And since we hunt, you know, that's just something that we wanted to have. So, and we just kept 1 chair and got this storage bench. When it's time to eat, Jeff and I sit at the table and my girls sit at the bar. Back here is where I keep, this is the sink covers. They were under the sink, but they were just too difficult to access down there. I had to pull a bunch of stuff out if I ever wanted to use them. So we really don't use them that much except for if we leave. And if maybe there's a dirty dish in the sink, we don't want the dog getting into it. So, and then I have a small stool here. And inside the storage bench, we just keep our games and some personal files. And that's pretty much it in there. We keep our silverware in this on the table so that I can free up space in my drawers. So this is what we came up with for our fruit basket. This has been here now for 1.5 years. Just the other day it fell down and I had only had the 2 hooks, one on each end. But this thing was full. I had tomatoes and avocados, more limes, bananas. This thing, it was full and it was probably a little too heavy and finally just crashed down. So I went ahead and added these 2 more hooks. So now it should stay for like 2 years. That's her favorite spot. Her and Moose, they love to lay on that, I guess, because that rug is squishy. But that's where we keep the dog bowl, and it's worked pretty well. It's out of the way. The only ones who ever spill it are the dogs, because if they move off of that rug, it moves it and sometimes spills it. But and I used this is a bath mat, so if it does get spilled, it's not a big deal as far as mildew or anything like that. So watch out, Brandy. Okay, then we have the fridge. I use Dollar Tree bins to organize this freezer, and this freezer is actually pretty big. I can fit a lot in there, but for keeping wild meat, the small deep freezer is the way to go. In this bin, I just put vegetables and meats in here, and then this one is all frozen fruit for smoothies. We used to have an ice maker, and I hated that thing, so we switched to these, and this works a lot better. I got these at Target. And then the fridge. The light is broken in the fridge, so I don't know what to do about that. We fixed it once already, and it's just annoying, but there's the fridge. Lots of stuff in there. Just went grocery shopping, so. And then I have my menu. I am not a meal planner. All I do is put up here what I want to cook, and then I make lists and I go get the stuff. So, not a big meal planner. I just cook what I want. And then I keep my aprons on a command hook just tucked back in here. And our marshmallow roasters also on a command hook. except for I put some zip ties and then they can just hang because they're too long. Even though they're retractable, they're still too long for the drawer, so that works perfect. Now for the pantry area. I decant a lot of stuff just because it makes it a lot easier to store everything in here. Also, this is it. Like, once this is empty, then I buy one more thing to fill it up. So I don't buy too much stuff, and I save money that way and space. And it pretty much always stays like this unless we're gonna have company, and then I'll have like extra bags of chips or something. But I keep my potatoes in here, and I've got some self-rising flour, and then all my baking stuff, flour, sugar, sweetener. And then down here for cans, because I was concerned about cans, like if I was just to stack them, I was concerned about them falling over and travel and hitting the door, busting it up. So I just had the plastic shoe bins, and I just stack them on top of each other. And then this is all the canned food I buy ever. So if that's full, I don't have like excess, except for maybe a few things up here, like I'll put pie filling or like olives and stuff. You want to try and find containers that stack, but measure your space first. Trust me, I made that mistake. Save yourself the headache. More decanted stuff, and then I keep all my vinegar and oils, and baskets are huge. I love baskets. It's super helpful to keep or bins, any kind of bin or basket. And then just more stuff that I've decanted into different containers so that it fits better in here. Just makes it easier to get stuff in and out. The wire shelving to add more space so that you can use that vertical space. But I would say for organizing a pantry, the biggest things are the wire shelving and just decanting stuff. It just makes it so much easier to fit more in here and makes it easier to find stuff. And then it saves me money because I only refill the stuff. And everything is always in the same spot. The chips are always there, peanut butter is always there. It's just, I keep it that way, and it helps me to stay organized. And this side we have the control panel, just some more pantry items here. And then down here, this is the dogs area. Travel bowl and a brush, and then their bowls and dog food. We keep a small bin in here, and then the other bin you saw in the other video is under our bed. And we usually put a 40-pound bag in there. It doesn't all fit, but just a little bit doesn't fit, and so it works well for us. Over here we have their bark collars. We don't do the shock, we just do the vibrate, and it works so well to keep them from barking at stuff when we're gone. And then just some little medicines, tummy stuff, and paw wax, just different things that occasionally they need. So, and then this bag is like their little travel bag. Sometimes we go visit family and stuff, and so we have a little bag that we take all their stuff, and then we keep their leashes in here. And then that is just the fuse box. We have the peninsula and a couple stools, and then behind the stools, some storage. My original thought for this was going to be shoes, but that doesn't work because they just kind of end up spread all the way over here, and then we're tripping over them going in and out, and I can't stand that. We have the dog's bacon bone. There you go, Brandy. Okay, so down here I just have a couple hooks. We hang the dog's raincoat, back scratcher and fly swatter, fire extinguisher, tool bag. Occasionally there's a pair of shoes or two here just because. In this bin, we just keep like some essential oils, my little one's slime, and some headlamps. These are actually the vent covers for the air conditioner, and we took them off because it puts a lot more air out, and it just, for really hot times, it's nice. So in this bin, if I can get it out. Okay, hold on. Okay, in this bin, we have these I got from Dollar Tree, and I just keep all my command strip stuff in here. And then batteries. We use mostly all rechargeable batteries, which I highly recommend. They're a little more pricey initially, but I mean, I haven't bought batteries in forever. So Here's the charger. I got this off Amazon. This one's good. I've had this for a few years. We have extra doggy bags and just stuff for the dog collars. There's nothing in here, but I had some stuff in there. I don't know. I don't remember what. And then super glue. Got some alien tape. This is kind of just like, I guess, what you'd have in your junk drawer, or just kind of utility type stuff that you would need in the house. Usually I would keep stuff like this in the laundry room, but we don't have a laundry room, so that's for Jeff's boots, and some WD-40 and some bug spray, and just stuff like that that we occasionally need. So instead of the silverware being here, like I said, I put it over there, and this frees up for me to have all of this. I have a temperature gauge and some cheese graters and just some different stuff in here. Chopsticks, my knives, bottle openers, wine opener, wine corks, and then just some serving spoons, can opener, garlic peeler, timer, scissors, just that kind of stuff. And then next one, we have reusable straws and wooden skewers, and then like my baking stuff. I like to keep it separate like this in bins, just because it's just easier instead of it just being all crazy and a mess. So cookie cutters and measuring cups and measuring spoons, and my knife sharpener, and then ice cream scoop and dippers, and that's it in there. And then I have my mixer. I used to have a stand mixer, but that wasn't coming with us. It was too big and way too heavy. So I went ahead and got me a good old-fashioned hand mixer. And I made sure I got a good one because it was replacing my stand mixer, so it needed to be a good one. And then we have tongs and the lighter. I have to light the stove because the, what do you call it? Oh yeah, the igniter went out, so. And then I just have some little lids I keep in here, and vegetable noodler. What the heck is that thing? Veggie noodler? What is it? Spiralizer. Veggie spiralizer, that's what that is. Okay, and then these are my decorative dish towels to hang on the stove. These are not to be used, ever. They're just to look pretty. My husband has finally learned that. I'm so happy about it. Okay, and then down here, just all the dishcloths and towels. The Keurig, and I switched, by the way, to using this little thing instead of all the pods. Let's see, in this cabinet we have our cups, just our coffee cups, regular cups, and then just food storage, wine glasses, stuff like that, and more food storage and a tortilla warmer and just some extra cups. So the lovely sink, and above the sink more of the wire shelving. And then we keep all of our water bottles here and the plates, and then just tea and coffee and vitamins. The toaster, I keep the toaster in this little bin to keep all the crumbs in here so that the crumbs aren't just falling down and making a giant mess in the cabinet. I hate that so much, and this has worked really, really, really well for that. And then some bowls. We have the electric kettle and some bowls and some pitchers, and then my magic bullet for making smoothies. I used to have a big blender, but that has been a really great replacement for that. So this is stuff that I use every day cooking, just butter and salt and oil, and I wanted to have this easily accessible, so I just put a Lazy Susan here, and this is something I've kind of always had even in the house, and so I wanted to do the same thing in the camper. Paper towels, air fryer, spoons, my little spice grinder, and the cutting board, the new cutting board that I just put in. If you follow me on Instagram, I love this thing. Now I just need to get a magnetic strip to put back here and hang my knives instead of having them in this drawer, because they're getting dull. Even with having these covers, they get dull all the time and I have to sharpen them all the time. But anyway. Okay. And then of course the microwave, which we really don't use that much. So I just keep the bread in there. That works pretty well. And then, yeah, just this kind of stuff. The parchment paper and sheets for the air fryer and wax paper. And then on this side, I just used some command hooks for my pot holders and the oven. And inside the oven, I keep a couple things because there's just no place to put it. So I just have one large skillet in here and then my extra Instant Pot liner. And these do perfect in there. They travel well and everything. So, and then I have the pizza stone so that I don't burn stuff anymore. And that I can bake anything in here now and not burn the bottom. So I will leave a link in the description. If you want to cook in your oven, I highly, highly recommend to get one of those and you shouldn't have any problems. I've never had any problems since I got that. So, okay. And then down here, I just have a few more little pots and pans and scraper and spatula for the Blackstone. And then these bungees I use when we travel to keep the oven door closed and this drawer closed. We were thinking that this could come down and then break the glass during travel. So we just put a bungee from here all the way down to this drawer and it keeps everything from moving. This drawer has been coming out and knocking stuff over, so. This cabinet, this one's gonna be a doozy because not only do I have the stuff here, it actually goes way back in there. I have my cast iron, and if you've seen any of my older videos, I used to have a huge collection of cast iron, but now I just have these two baby ones. I think these are 6-inch. And then I have a cornbread pan and a bread pan. And then back there, if you can see it, I have a big Dutch oven pot, and I use that to bake beer bread in my oven. And I have done it in this RV oven. I will make a video soon on that. It came out beautifully. So then I just have some more recipes, and then a measuring cup, cake pan. I used to have a cast iron fluted, but I sold that because that's too heavy. And now I have this aluminum one. This one works really well. And then just have a cooling rack, and then one more container back there. I had to grab the stool because I'm short and that's really high up. So okay. Wow, jeez Louise. So right here I keep some reusable bags, and then I put a shelf or a pan organizer in here for my cookie sheets and that kind of stuff. And then back there I have some Instant Pot accessories, which I haven't used one time since we've been in the camper, so might be time to rethink that stuff. But anyway. Up here I have an ice cream container to store homemade ice cream and my ice cream maker, as well as my daughter's Easy Bake oven. And then we have a, what's that thing called? The sucky bag thing? Then we have a food saver and some food saver bags, and that's all that's up there. Okay, so we are just gonna move right over here above the stove to the spice cabinet. I redid this because I was having stuff fall over after travel day, even though there is a little bit of a lip here and I had most everything in these baskets. I was still having some stuff fall over, so I changed it up a little bit and just labeled them. So that's all my baking spices. This is just extra salt and pepper, and just this is all random spices. And then I have Mexican spices, Italian spices, sprinkles, and some more baking baking spices and like, you know, baking soda, baking powder, all that kind of stuff. So this works really well for me. Even while I'm cooking, I can just kind of pull this out and pull it down and get what I need. So, and again with the wire shelving. On this side, I just kind of keep my bulk spices. And then the trash can. This trash can, by the way, if you have this model, this trash can fits perfectly there. I had a round one before and it kept going over the heat vent there. That is much better. And then we just have the Max Air vent, air conditioner, and then this is a temperature and humidity monitor. So when we leave these guys here alone, we can monitor that through Wi-Fi and just make sure that they're good to go. And then under the sink, there's a lot of stuff under here. I have a couple of these baskets on each door. This one I just keep my trash bags in and some cleaning stuff, and then this little thing is for my steam mop. And then I put our rubber gloves just on a little clip and then hang it. That way they dry inside and don't get all icky. Okay, and then that's where I keep my Walmart bags. Back there behind those pipes is the dog shampoo and conditioner. Okay, and these are just little cleaning kits for our camelbacks that we take with us when we go hiking. And then dish soap. What are you doing? Okay, then I have my Instant Pots, and yes, I use both of them. And believe it or not, many times I use both of them at the same time. So I might have like a pork roast or something going in here for pork sandwiches, and then potato salad at the exact same time. So yes, I use them both. And then I have a bread maker back here, and this is just a, you know, a dish, a bucket. You know, sometimes you just need that thing. I don't know, whatever. In this basket, I just keep my Ziploc bags and my Windex, and I hang this. This is a towel I put my dishes on because up there, a lot of times this is not enough to hold all the dishes, so we put a towel there. And I hang it here just to dry it out so it doesn't get sour. But anyway, got some cleaning stuff, more cleaning stuff way back there, and then hand soaps. Oh, my little hummingbird feeder, and then in that little container is all my cleaning rags. And that's it for Under the Sink. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.